Hi.
Hi. Welcome to our live stream.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! My name is Allie Hilton. I am the creator of the show and I voice R in season 2.
I'm Emmett Moon. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Mars Cope.
Yeah. So today we are going to be listening to season 2, episode 7, which honestly is one of my favorite episodes of the season. Episode 5 is like my favorite episode that we've ever done, and then episode 7 is one of my favorites because of just how much fun it is.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
It's very good. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. So also, I think right now, the only person watching right now is my wife, which is fine, because we're still going to talk about this episode and listen to it.
Yep. Just for us.
Just for us. I mean, that's one of the reasons we do them anyways.
Yeah.
Episode 7 is the first time we meet, because if we remember on episode 6, we left off with Katie Bell being yeeted out into space. She's on her original pirate ship, and she's just been yeeted out to space, and she's like, fuck. This is really fucking bad. Because everyone else is still left on the station. And so...
Including her girlfriend.
And so this episode we get to meet our lovely, lovely space pirates, who also are the main characters of our upcoming spin-off show, Written in Stardust, which is currently in the works. It's a fun... I've been planning so much for it right now. Oh my god. Remind me, after we listen to the episode, I'll actually share the cover image for the show, because I think it's pretty cool. I like how it turned out.
That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it took it off of the synesthesia painting and then just edited it a lot. But yeah, without a further ado, we are going to listen to Season 2, Episode 7, Reunited, I believe is what it's called. Should I have this memorized? Yes. Do I? No. So we're going to mute ourselves, and then we're going to start.
Warning, the following episode contains mature content and strong language and may not be suitable for all listeners. This episode includes unconsciousness, explosions and laser fire, discussion of gunfire, discussion of death, discussion of war, and an explosion at the end of the episode followed by a loud scream, which may be triggering for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. A transcript of this episode is available on our website or in the show notes. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Season 2 of Dining in the Void. Forever they were gone, frozen in time, as she faced danger and death. But reunited they are, a family together, one that was ripped apart by another. These tender moments they hold so close to their hearts, the children of the stars with adventure in their eyes. But something is not right. She knows more than she says. Danger is ahead for them. These children play a dangerous game.
Centauri, stop the ship! Take us back! We need to go back!
Request received. Request denied. It would seem I'm unable to stop the ship at this time. All of my controls have been locked.
Well then, unlock them!
Only Captain Theodoric Hopeful can unlock my controls at this time.
Antares, input code override administrator. Ship controls. Sierra, November, Oscar, Whiskey, 2019.
Request received. Request denied. Ship controls are unable to be overridden at this time. Manual override is required for this action.
Stars! Okay. Think, Katie Bell. There isn't enough time to go to the control dock. You don't remember how to do the manual override anyways. B said there were people aboard. Is that correct, Antares?
That is correct. The entire crew of the Galaxy Dancer is aboard this ship.
Where are they then?
Locating crew. Crew located. They are currently in the containment room, each placed in their assigned cryogenic pods.
All right. Let's go get them. I can't believe it's really them. After all this time, after everything that's happened, they're exactly as I remember. It looks like they're set to revive in stars. 300 rotations. Well, let's bypass that and get them out now.
Only Captain Theodoric Oakfor has the authority to do that.
Antares, input code override administrator. Cryogenics pods. Sierra, November, Oscar, Whiskey, 2019, emergency 8.
Code received. Loading. Code accepted. Katie Bell Snow now has temporary administrative access to the cryogenic pods.
All right, let's do this. Begin the release process for Captain Theodoric Oakfor.
Request received. Beginning cryogenic thaw now.
Good. Now begin with First Officer Nefelli.
Request received. Beginning cryogenic thaw now.
Okay. Begin with Lieutenant Ilaria Enyo.
Request received. Beginning cryogenic thaw now.
And finally, begin with Star Master Adler Artemis.
Request received. Beginning cryogenic thaw now.
Theodoric!
Stars. Is that you, Katie Bell?
It's me!
How are you even here?
I should be asking you that. But first, you need to stop the ship right now. It's an emergency. It needs a manual override, and I don't remember how to do that.
All right, Snowball. Go take care of the others while I get that started. We'll talk after.
Well, that was certainly unexpected.
Are you all right, Nefelli?
Don't worry about me. Go help Ilaria. They're waking up now.
Fucking come at me! I'll kick your ass! I'll... Katie Bell? Why are you here? Where's everyone else?
It's okay, Starlight. We're all here.
Please don't hurt me, I'm just a cook, Snow? Is that really you?
Hey, Adler. You okay?
No! How the hell are you even here? Where are those bastards that attacked us?
They're long gone. I believe you're safe for now.
Emergency announcement. A void shark has been spotted and is heading our way. Brace for impact.
I see I was wrong.
You know what to do, crew. Let's go. Antares, start the ship up and keep us safe. Nefelli, get us visuals on that void shark. Ilaria and Katie Bell, get to your pods and prepare for fire. Adler, back up Nefelli with visuals. What do you got for us, Nefelli?
Void shark closing in fast towards the east starport.
You heard her, Antares. Get us out of its way.
You got it.
Ilaria, Snow, fire at will.
Aye, aye, Captain. Woo!
You got it!
Fuck yeah, I did.
It's coming in fast on east deck. Stars, that was way too close.
Keep us steady, Antares. We face worse than this.
Of course, Captain.
Here it comes again.
Nice one, Katie Bell.
Stars, how I missed this!
Looks like a void blast is coming next.
Antares, brace blast shields.
I should try out new weapons, Captain.
Granite, fire when ready.
Stars! What even is that?
You like it? I named her Gwyneth. I've been working on her for months now.
That's amazing!
Looks like the shock is retreating.
Whoa!
Nice job, everyone. All right, now that we have a moment, let's talk about what's going on.
What happened to you all? Why were you on the Sirius station?
The what?
The Sirius station, where I went for that party as Silver. It's rotating around the star Rigel A. I found the Galaxy Dancer docked in a hidden chamber, with you all inside.
We were attacked in the Alice Quadrant a few days after you left for your mission. They forced their way aboard when we were stopped for fuel and food.
They didn't have faces!
Yes, they did, Adler. They were just wearing blanks so we couldn't see who they were.
Well, it sure looked like they had no faces.
How did they manage to capture you all? Why were you in cryo, set for 300 rotations, no less?
I'm not sure. Antares, please tell us what you remember.
Accessing memory logs. It appears that 5 unknown personnel came towards the ship and remotely shut me down, forcing the doors open while I was offline.
That makes sense. We were having a conversation about what repairs the ship needed when you were cut off mid-sentence. I heard the ship doors open a minute later and went to go check it out, but was attacked by 5 figures. 3 ran off into the ship while 2 came at me.
Shape-shifting didn't help you stop them?
Nope. I tried to shift into one of them, but they kept coming at me faster than I could. They were strong, stronger than any person I've ever faced, and you know that's strong. They were fast, too. It's like they were 10 steps ahead of me the entire time. They cornered me, and then, well, everything kind of went black. I don't understand how they got past me.
I heard your shouts. I was coming to see what was going on when one of them came charging down the hall at me. You're right, Ilaria. They were faster and stronger than anything I've ever seen. I shot the fucker 3 times and they didn't even flinch. It's like the bullets never even hit them. We fought in the hall for a few moments, but I was quickly outmatched and they knocked me unconscious.
I was in the middle of cooking lunch when one of them barged into my kitchen. I put up a good fight, gave them the old 1-2, but they bested me, unfortunately.
You sure you weren't just begging for your life?
How dare you insinuate such a thing, Ilaria?
Yeah, sure thing, Adler.
And what happened to you, Nefeli?
One of them came into my room and I shot them as they entered. When that didn't work, I pulled out my swords and we dueled. They eventually knocked my weapons out of my hands and bested me. I was unconscious rather quickly after that. They must have taken us all to the cryopods and locked us in there.
Katie Bell, you were saying we ended up on a station orbiting Rigel A.
Yeah, and we need to go back. My girlfriend, Waverly Black, is trapped there along with others.
Wait, are you dating the Waverly Black? Like Queen of Trillia Waverly Black?
Yeah, we met on the station and have grown really close. Well, that station was supposed to be a party, but it wasn't. It's a trap. Everyone is in grave danger, and they could be dead by now. Please, we have to go save them.
We will, Snow. I promise. Antares, set a course for the Sirius station. We are going to save Katie Bell's girlfriend and the other guests.
Request received. Here we go.
Come, let's go somewhere more comfortable to talk. Antares, please prepare cryogenic rations. We need to get our energy back up after all that excitement.
Request received. Preparing cryogenic rations now.
Thank you.
Of course, Captain.
Thank you, Adler.
Of course, Captain.
All right, Katie Bell. Tell us what's happening.
Okay, well, as you all know, I went on that mission to Katie Bell Silver's home. It turns out she had died, so I took her place for a while. She was invited to this party, but it turned out not to be a party at all. It was a trap. There were all these tests, traps, and monsters to torture us. I was forced to reveal my shape-shifting status. I've been trapped there for a few months with 5 other guests. Or, I guess, 4? But there is also an AI who was alive. Is alive? I think. Oh, plus Ellery and G. It's been a really busy few days.
Do you know who trapped you there?
Yeah. Her name is Aveline Lyon. She was hidden as one of the guests. She's part of this bigger group called The Family, who are behind everything, I think.
Gods.
Nefeli, is it?
Yes. It's them.
Wait, you know about The Family? How?
They're the ones who made me immortal.
They are? Nefeli, why didn't you tell us?
It was a very long time ago, before half the stars we see existed.
How did they make you immortal?
Well, there was a great war over how and why Aveline's planet was invaded. Many people died. Entire planets were wiped out and left smoldering husks. The family was trying to find a way to end the war when they captured my crew. We were taken far from the war to a part of space few had traveled to. They experimented on us, one by one, to try and fuse the energy and soul of a star with a living being. I was the only survivor. One by one, they made themselves immortal, except Aveline. She had a specific star in mind to get revenge on what had happened to her people. We went back to the war, and she took the star that her invaders were from. The entire star was gone, and their planet froze to death. They couldn't get everyone out on time, and most of the species died out. One of the family members freed me while the conversion was happening. Had I stayed, they would have surely killed me.
Shit. I had no idea, Nefeli.
It was long ago. Right now we need to focus on getting those other guests away from her. The family are people you don't want to be involved with. If this party is actually a trial, there is only so much time until everyone is dead.
Antares, how far out are we from the Sirius station?
We should be there shortly, Captain. The station is just coming into range on my sensors.
There is a chance we might have to fight our way out of there. Aveline is on the loose somewhere, and Cassie seemed to be in a big hurry to leave.
Good to know. All right, crew. Let's get ready for this rescue mission. Katie Bell, walk us through the station.
So the station is huge. It's really easy to get lost in it. With any luck, though, we can signal B, the station's AI, who can direct everyone to the loading dock. Probably best to use the one I found you all in. I'm not sure which other ones the ship could fit in, or where they're located. If we get everyone to meet us there, then we don't have to worry about going further into the station.
What about Aveline? Won't she notice the ship gone in the first place?
She probably already has, which is why Alaria and I will be on the outside, making sure everyone gets on safely.
How many people are we saving?
8 in all, including a child.
Gods, there's a child on there?
Yeah, her name is G. Green.
All right, here's how we're going to do this. Nefeli, you help everyone aboard. Adler, you're in charge of directing everyone once they're in here. Katie Bell and Ilaria will stand guard outside as previously mentioned. I'll be at the controls ready to lift off. Antares, please act as our third pair of eyes. Let us know if you see anything suspicious.
Attention! We are now approaching the Sirius station. The station's AI has been signaled for boarding. Emergency announcement. A command from Aveline has been sent to self-destruct.
What? Antares, cancel that command. Now!
Request received. Request denied. Self-destruct in 1 minute. You need to run.
Go to the emergency pods, now!
Look, they're back!
Well, I stand corrected then. You were right, Waverly.
Are we gonna go home now?
Yes, G. We are.
Everything's going to be okay.
Why did the ship stop? Shouldn't they be boarding?
You're right. Something's not right.
Danya and the Void is a production of Zebulon Podcasts and was created by Allie Hilton. This episode was written by Allie Hilton. The script is edited by Cassie Josephs. This episode features Lindsay Zana as Katie Bell Snow, Sarah McManus as Antares, Luke Campbell as Theodoric Oakfor, Stacey Cotham as Nepheli, Tara Santora as Ilaria Enyo, Michael Grisso as Abler Artemis, Sterling Ray as Waverly Black, Emmett Moon as Mars Cobe, Nick Frey as G. Green, Cedric as Ellery Green, Dylan Shane as Sawyer Green, Molly Alexander as Galatea Ivory, Jenny Penn as Cassie Williams, and Allie Hilton as R. Music was composed by Benny James and Allie Hilton. Sound editing by Nico Goldstein with assistance from Tal Munir and Brad Colebrook. Additional sound effects from freesound.org and zapsplat.com. If you enjoyed the show, consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/Zebulon Podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at Danya and the Void for updates and more. Thank you so much for listening.
So, that was the episode.
It sure was.
Sure did end with a bang there.
A literal one.
I don't know if you just heard that pop, but if you did, that was my shoulder.
Oh.
Sounded
painful.
It didn't hurt, but it was loud. Also, if y'all hear yelling or stuff in the background voices, a tree just fell down in my front yard during the stream, like during the episode. So, if you hear voices, they're just talking out there. And I think we're having a family friend come over to help take care of the tree, because it's in the road! Anyways.
Isn't ideal.
It's not
the best
ideal.
place for a tree.
It's not super ideal. It didn't hit any cars, though. And our mailbox is still standing. It did not. It went around the mailbox. Like, the trees are all around the mailbox, like the branches and stuff. But the mailbox is fine. Which also, that tree has been dying for a while now. But it's fine. So episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun episode.
It is. I
liked only having one line in the entire script to record.
Yeah, the last scene I gave, like, all the main cast who's there at the beginning of episode 8, like, one line so you would know where everyone was.
Yeah.
That was the only reason everyone got a line. So in episode 7, we actually get to meet our pirate crew for the first time.
And instantly fall in love with them.
I love them so much. I'm so sad that I missed most of the Void Shark scene because I was busy, tree fell down in the front yard. But that's one of my favorite scenes. Which also, if you listen to the Jupiter monologues, you can actually hear another Void Shark, which Jupiter and Co. faced. Which the sound effect, I believe, is Brad doing some kind of noise, and so it created the brah.
Yeah, it's a very fun sound effect.
It is. Yeah, in this episode...
As usual, you can ask us questions in the Discord.
Yeah.
If there's anyone beyond me and Allie here.
Well, it says we have one person watching on the stream, and I don't think it's Nick. So, hello, little person. I moved stuff around on the computer. I didn't mean to do that. It's fine. Yes, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, because this episode ends concerningly, we're taking questions on our Discord. But until then, we're gonna talk about the episode and the characters and Written in Stardust, which I'm going to send the artwork for Written in Stardust because holy shit, and I am proud of it. Like, very biased, but also very proud of it. This is the found family for Katie Bell. Like, this is Katie Bell's family. Which is what the poem talks about at the beginning. One poem reunited that was ripped apart by another. So, found family, pirates ripped apart by the family. Two found families. One, morally gray. The other, pretty much also morally gray, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah. I mean, pirates are fun and sexy, and
of course.
The family is less fun and sexy and more murderous.
More just evil.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Still fun and sexy, but slightly more like, doesn't seem like a good idea.
Have you considered not doing the thing? Evelyn in the background. I have not, in fact, considered not doing the thing, so I'm going to do the thing anyways. I love...
Once again, she's hot, but she's evil.
Yeah. I love these pirates so much. Oh my god, I would in fact die for all of them.
I think you would die for all of your characters, to be fair.
Not all of them.
Most of them.
Most of them, yes. But also consider... I'm like Mars, I fear death.
I mean, same hat.
I love these characters so much, and I'm so excited for this spin-off show. Because it's just fun pirate adventures, and who doesn't like that? They're space pirates, like, holy shit.
Yeah. Space pirates is a very good genre.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the characters really quick, because we only got to, like, briefly meet them. You have the captain, Theodoric Oakfor. Oakfor. If you've listened to Novitero, there is a character in Novitero named Medic. Medic happens to be Theodoric's hero when Theodoric was a child. If you know anything about Medic, Medic is just complete, utter fucking chaos, and it should not be anyone's hero at all. Which I just think is so funny. Because they're also the same species, so Theodoric, if he, like, loses a limb, can replace it with another species. So I like to imagine that Theodoric is kind of a hodgepodge of body parts at this point.
That's quite fun.
Right? And then you have First Officer Nepheli, which, also, this goes more in detail in Written in Stardust, but Nepheli and Theodoric are in a QPR, because Nepheli is a romantic and pansexual. So
love
they have,
them.
yeah. I love them. Nepheli also, in this episode, gives us a lot of inside information about the family, and we learn something, like, really big. That Nepheli was there at the beginning of the family, which was...
I wonder why.
Well, no, she talks about it. They did experiments on her, and they're the ones who made her immortal.
I was getting confused there, yeah.
These found family pirates, they know she's immortal. They found out she was immortal because she got, like, very injured at one point. Which, spoilers for Written in Stardust, I guess. But they found out she's immortal, but because it was so long ago and because Nepheli is who she is, she just doesn't talk about it. Which also, Written in Stardust takes place 17 years before Dying in the Void. So in those 17 years, they've never known how she became immortal, except for Theodoric. which is why Theodork is like, is it? And Nefeli's like, yes, it's them. It's the people who made me immortal. She doesn't talk about it because, one, it's a very dramatic thing that happens, but two, also, like, it was so long ago at this point. She does not like the family, and there's a lot more to her, which, I have more spoilers, but I don't know how much I should talk about because it kind of gives away the big question.
Let's not go into it then.
Anyways, there's more to their story than we've been told yet. Which we will find out. I'm not going to say if it's going to be in Dining in the Void or written in Stardust.
So you'll have to listen to both to find out.
I mean, yeah. You'll at least have to listen until we get the
or Ali will just tell me somewhere and that's how I'll find out, but...
Or just listen until we get the confirmation of what happened to them. Did they escape? Did they not? Because that's the big question. It's left ambiguous. Which there will be a solid answer, but there will not be a solid answer until episode 9. And I'm saying that because I realize people who are listening, even if no one's here, I feel like I should at least say it somewhere. There is an answer. There is an answer. It's gonna be fine.
Sure.
I mean...
Doubt.png.
I'm not supposed to be trusted when I say things are gonna be fine. But it's gonna be fine. It's fine. What's that meme? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah. I don't know if that's actually a meme, but that's what me and Nick say to each other all the time. But anyways, at the very least, you do get to see more Nefeli. Because Nefeli, we've already talked about this, season 4 is our prequel season. So you get to see how Nefeli got made into an immortal. It's gonna be sexy fun times of war and slight torture, but it's fine. There's no one watching the streamer right now. We're still gonna keep talking. So we have Nefeli, and then we met Ilaria. Ilaria is also a shapeshifter. Ilaria is a physical shapeshifter, while Katie Bell is a biological shapeshifter. And I don't know what I was gonna say after that. But yeah. I have all of their backgrounds, like, planned out and stuff, and they're super great characters. And then we also have Adler, who also, if you listen to Project Ozma, do you remember the character that Percy accidentally proposes to?
I do not. It's been a hot minute since I've listened to Ozma.
Yeah. There's this character that Percy accidentally proposes to, which this character is, like, part plant, to my understanding. That's what Adler is that same species. So
hell yeah.
Adler has a bunch of flowers and plants growing on him and stuff. Which I love that for him. Also, when we did the testing, me and Lindsay did the testing for young Katie Bell. Katie Bell, when talking about sneaking onto the ship, was like, Flower Boy wasn't paying close enough attention. And I love that.
I love Baby Bell Snow.
Same. She's very... Adults are dumb. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also we have Antares, who is the ship's AI, who I would in fact also die for, because just so good. So good. Doing her best! Why do I keep creating AI who have no memories, though?
You're on brand.
It is my brand. It's just AIs who are doing their best, who also just have, slight traumatic backgrounds. Antares, background about Antares is she is an older model AI, which is why she talks the way she does. She's sentient. All of the AI in the shows are sentient. But she was programmed to talk the way she does. Even though, like, it's not even necessary, because, like, AI don't talk like that, but whoever designed her was like, you know what? We're gonna do it this way. So that's why she's like, when you give her a request, she's like...
retro.
Yeah. She's like, request received, request accepted, or request denied. So she very much talks very retro, but she's very sentient. These are just parameters she was designed with. So if Antares gets all of her memories unlocked, she is, memory-wise, has 80... Well, this is by the time Written in Stardust, so plus that 17 years. But in Written in Stardust, with all her memories, she is 80 years old. But she's actually a lot older than that because she was shut off and forgotten about for a while. Because, hold on, I'm gonna pull up my details about Antares, because I love Antares, and I don't mind talking about their backgrounds here. Because, one, no one's here, but also, I like info dumping about them, because they're so good. The crew, Antares. She has a fun, colorful past. A lot of criminal activity that was not entirely her fault.
These drugs aren't mine, officer.
So she was created as a receptionist AI, which is what she was used for 30 years. And then she became out of date, and she was replaced. So she was then sent to a nursing home, which she served as, like, an AI there to help out for 5 years, but then again was replaced by a newer model. There is a theme here. She became a receptionist again for 15 years, but that ended up horribly when it got found out and turned out that the place she was a receptionist for was the HQ for a crime lord. So...
Oh, honey.
It got raided. She doesn't know any, like, important information. Not really. Oh, she might know some information. I don't know. She, like... at this point in Written in Stardust, she doesn't have access to those memories. Dynan avoids a different answer, depending on where we go. But she was taken in for questioning. They analyzed the information she had, and then they kind of broke some laws, and because, she's just an AI, even though she's sentient, whoever was in charge was like, AIs aren't sentient. It's like, you know what, fuck you, buddy. And she had her memories erased, because she'd witnessed sensitive material, that if got found out would put a lot of people in trouble. So they erased her memories, but they did a really shitty job about it. So, wiped her memories, and then they, like, kind of shut her down and just put her on a shelf, because, again, she had sensitive information. So, yeah, she did see shit. Sorry, I'm reading through this. And it's unknown how long she was put in the evidence room on a shelf. And she just sat there, and this is, like, fucking warehouse of evidence, and she's just sitting there on a shelf collecting dust. And so however long in the future, which is going to be beyond the point where anyone even remembered why she was there, which is a long time considering it's evidence room, there's this person who's been tasked with reorganizing the entire evidence room. That poor intern. I don't know if it's actually an intern, but I like to imagine that was one intern was just like, here you go, bud! And she's like, God fucking damn it. So this woman finds Antares. At this point, Antares is just kind of kept in a box. Kind of like, not a super big box, but like a good-sized box. And so the woman found Antares and took her home, like cleaned up all the dust and the grime, and worked on fixing some of the wiring and stuff, and got Antares online again. But once they got her online, they realized that not only was all of the sensitive material erased, literally everything else was erased, kind of corrupted. I have a list somewhere of all the memories she still has, and I need to find it because it's very... I think it's in one of the outlines. I'm gonna go look for it after because it's very obscure things that she still remembers. So she can't be used for evidence any longer. Why she even kept there? She doesn't have access to any of that evidence. Also, who knows what the evidence even was? It was so long ago. But the woman doesn't know what to do with Antares, so just kind of puts her on the black market.
As you do.
As you do.
Please excuse the chainsaw noises.
Yeah, please excuse the chainsaw noises.
Sean and Clara are here. John and Charlie are on their way with more chainsaws.
I love you.
I love you.
The tree fell in our yard. Did we mention that? Yes, we did. There is a tree down.
I can throw up a picture in the chat if they would like.
There's no one really watching, but go for it. I love you.
It's just us.
It's just us. That's fine. I like talking with you.
Yeah.
You're one of my best friends, and I like talking.
That's pretty gay.
Uh-huh. Listen, Emmett, we've already established that I am incredibly gay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just reiterating the point.
That I'm incredibly gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're also very gay. Let's be honest, though.
I mean, yeah.
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 So Antares sold on the black market, which is how Theodore got a hold of Antares, got her for cheap. And so he needed a ship to run he needed a AI to run his ship. And she was a lucky winner. And so a lot of Antares' arc over the course of Written in Stardust and beyond is Antares, it turns out, her memories were not erased, not all of them. They were mostly just corrupted. So there are some of them that you cannot get back. It's just damaged. But there's stuff there. So, Ilaria was hired onto... Because originally they were all just hired for this one job, and they ended up staying together because, family. Ilaria is the AI specialist. Not only is Ilaria very strong, because Ilaria is, big, bulking, I am really strong and a shapeshifter, I can kick your fucking ass, which I have a story about that. She's also very good with technology, which is one of the reasons why Theodore hired her. Not only is she good muscle, but she also knows her way around an AI.
I love her.
Same. They're so good. Ilaria is very good. Ilaria, you want to know how Ilaria and Adler met?
Sure.
So, again, Theodoric is putting this team together. They're going to find Adler, because he already knows he wants to hire Adler, I think. Get into a bar fight. And Adler meets Ilaria at the other end of Ilaria's fist.
Hell yeah.
Which I love that for them. Which also, Adler and Ilaria have very much sibling vibes, and I love that for them. Let me see if I can find me a list of weird, obscure memories. Oh, goodness. I'm looking at my phone, and it's very... Google Docs is not great for phones.
Yeah, it's real bad for phones.
Hold on. There's okay, hold on. I'm gonna, you know what I could be doing just to find and replace? How the fuck do you spell whistle? Oh, I got it. Okay. You want to hear her very obscure memories that she has?
Hell yeah.
She remembers the planet she was created on, which is the same planet where AI was created on Ozma. She remembers, basic knowledge and stuff, like how science works, how technology she's attached to works, basic understanding of the universe.
Yeah.
She remembers how to whistle. She doesn't have a body. She shouldn't even know how to whistle, but she remembers how to whistle. Which I just love that for her. She remembers how to bake cookies. She doesn't know who taught her how to bake cookies, but she remembers how to bake cookies. She remembers that she knew too much information. She saw something she wasn't supposed to see, but she doesn't know exactly what. And she also knows that she was replaced a lot. because she's an older AI. But she doesn't have a lot of memories, which is just really sad.
Baby.
And it's different than Tala, as Tala was taken out of malicious thing. But Antares was more sensitive material.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, this episode we get to meet our pirates and stuff, and we get to see this adventure they go on, trying to get back to the ship. Also, their plan would have worked pretty well if Aveline hadn't sent the command to self-destruct. Which is what she did. She was like, fuck you. Because she kind of
No more found family, it's illegal.
Yeah.
Again, evil but hot.
Evil but hot. Sorry, me and Emma are also texting each other. Why we're not just saying this out loud? I don't know.
It's habit.
Habit, yeah. I have listened to this episode so many times I have it memorized. I'm not gonna lie. Not like I couldn't repeat it like word for word, but if I'm listening to it, I probably could.
I did the same with our Hubris project. I couldn't recite it just off the top of my head, but like listening to it when we did the listening party, I was like reading along to it in my head, and I was like,
Yep.
Because I listened to it probably 30 times.
Episode 7 is just so much fun, and it gives you like a hint at like their dynamic and stuff, and I love the dynamic that they all have. Like, they're so good. They're so good. And I'm really excited to explore Written in Stardust because it really shows, I'm hoping it really shows how they became a found family. Because they were all just hired for a mission, but then through this mission they realized they really cared about each other.
So I've started watching Leverage over the past few days.
I love Leverage.
It's very much got episode 1 Leverage vibes.
Yep.
Of just like,
there's bits of inspiration.
We actually
from
work
Leverage.
really well together. Damn it. Okay.
And you can see like how well they work together, because like as soon as they're woken up from cryo, they have an emergency and they're like, all right, let's just get back to it. And like Katie Bell,
and they all know what to do and everything.
Also, when they say they were in Atlas Quadrant when they were attacked, is a nod at Alice Isn't Dead, which is why it was named Alice. Hell yeah. But also, when you consider that, Katie Bell has been gone for longer than the events of Dying in the Void. Katie Bell's probably been gone for about 6 months at this point.
Yeah.
Roughly. But for them, it was only like a week because they were attacked right away. Like a week after Katie Bell left to go take on Silver and rob Silver, essentially. It was a very deep cover kind of situation. And then Katie Bell ended up staying longer because, life of luxury, let me just, enjoy this for a little bit because this is not something I get. But also, this is going to give me more opportunity to get more riches and stuff.
Yeah.
Why they chose Katie Bell as a target? I don't fucking know. They just did.
Same name.
Same name. But they had a rendezvous point at some point, and they knew this was going to be a long mission for Katie Bell, which is why Katie Bell wasn't really didn't know that they were gone, because deep cover or undercover,
I do keep thinking of an AU where in season 1, Katie Bell just finds them and is like, what the fuck? And they all manage to get out of there.
Right?
Which would be very fun.
Avalanche just panicking in the background. No, we shouldn't go down there. It's dangerous. Look at all the traps. And Katie Bell's like, just fucking move.
Yeah.
And that AU, Mars figures it out before Galatea.
Probably, yeah. But also I feel like it would be so obvious that I think even Sawyer would have figured it out eventually with that.
Yeah, with all the, like, panic, last-minute planning and twists that Aveline trying to pull, and it's like, dude, you're not fooling anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been on the station this entire time. They've just been locked in cryo. Which they have a cryo pods for when they have to do long range travel that, like, even warp wouldn't help. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what. Seems to be the theme. What was I gonna say? It was about them. I love the scene where they were talking about what happened to them when they were getting captured. And Adler's like, I put up a good fight, gave them the old 1-2, but they bested me eventually. And Ilaria's just like, you sure you weren't just begging for your life? And he's like, how dare you insinuate such a thing, Ilaria? And Ilaria's like, yeah, that's what I thought, Adler. Because he absolutely was, which evidence for that is when they're waking up from cryo when he was begging for his life.
Yeah.
Because even though they were all put unconscious, because they were in cryo, on top of being unconscious, they were stuck in the last memories a little bit. Which is why later when they're, like, talking about, they're like, okay, this is what happened. Now I'm remembering. And I love how they all woke up from cryo. Theodoric, like, takes a big gasp, like he's coming out from underwater. He's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Ilaria's, like, angry, like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. Adler's panicking, and Nefeli's just like, yes, a nap. Which is very much a Nefeli thing to do, honestly.
Yeah. I think if you've been alive for that long, you're just like, yeah, fuck it, I want to be unconscious for 6 months, might as well.
Which, there's more to them getting captured than we learn in this episode, which we learn more about later.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, hold on. Is anyone, again, no one's watching, so do you want me to just tell you, and if someone, yeah, I'm just gonna say it, because I highly doubt anyone's gonna go through and listen to these before we find out the truth.
Okay. And if they do, they deserve to get this wee spoiler.
Yeah. So they're fine. They got into escape pods. Why was I going to talk about this? Nefeli. Fuck.
Nefeli.
What about Nefeli? Oh, yeah.
Nah.
She let herself get captured. There is a whole thing coming with Season 3 and Season 5 of Dying in the Void and the arc of the family, which I've talked to Jenny a lot about. And it comes with the arc of them trying to take down the family. Nefeli is very involved with that. Because if you listen, knowing that Nefeli is involved with that, listen to Written in Stardust, and you can find the clues of Nefeli starting, like, gathering information and stuff. Because this entire time that she has been an immortal and stuff, she has been dedicating her life to taking down the family. But she's one person, and the family just keeps growing stronger and stronger. So she also has to dedicate her time to not getting captured until she's ready. But she's ready, so she's going to... She needs to be on the inside now. So she absolutely let herself get captured. Also, the live show that we're working on, the episode for Written in Stardust, is how it tells you how the family got knowledge of them. Which also later, remind me, and I will, if you want, I'll send you what I sent Jenny, which is just info dumping about why this is all happening and what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, after stream I'll send it to you. So there's a lot coming. But Nefeli probably could have taken them because the original family members plus Nefeli are a lot stronger than your regular average family member because what they used was a very stronger version of taking a soul. Made them stronger faster.
Yeah.
They've kind of dimmed that down a little bit, but not like a whole lot. But also with age and stuff, she can't see everything coming. She's not omnipotent or whatever, but she's been in enough situations where she could see this coming, which is why she works so well with them. But also, like, we see in the episode, she doesn't know everything, because she's like, I think we're safe now. And then the Void Shark attacks, and she's like, I see I was wrong. Alright. Also, she's literally... Everyone is a pirate for a specific reason. Theodoric is a pirate because he wants adventure, and he wants to be known. He wants the fame, the glory, the adventure.
And
Glory seeker. Yeah. Nefeli is there because she has nothing better to do. Also, traveling with a bunch of pirates across the galaxy gives her access to contacts and finding her contacts and talking to them and stuff. Because again, she is trying to stop the family because these stars have been taken out and she sees how much pain there is, which also comes into play with the star souls and stuff. Because the star souls are inside them, and they're conscious inside their bodies and stuff. Nefeli and her star soul have intertwined to the point where it's almost like they're one person, but they're still two. Which...
A full Venom situation.
I've never seen Venom, I can't say yes or no.
It's basically that, but homoerotic.
Yeah. Because instead of letting the Star Soul suffer and cry, taking both of their vengeance, is that the right word? Both of their anger to get what they, like, to feel them, kind of.
Yeah.
Which, I think after, I have this whole storyline I want to go with, not a whole storyline, an episode that I want to do in Written in Stardust, but it has to happen after they find out she's immortal. But it involves their Star Soul, which her Star Soul's name is Nyx, and I love them very much. But Nefeli has been going around the universe collecting information and figuring out what to do. Which, we're all getting to that point. Dying in Void is leading up to this shift of power. And there's one person in particular you can actually trace everything back to, the reason why it's all happening and why these events are all happening, and it's not Aveline. Do you want to know who it is?
Sure.
It's Katie Bell.
That makes sense.
Everything is happening because of Katie Bell. Not intentionally. Which, when I send you the whole spiel later, it'll talk more about it. But yeah, it's all happening, and you can trace it all back to her. The family found out where they were because of Katie Bell. The family... spoilers I don't even want to share on the stream. There's a lot there. And it's all kind of all of them at once. A lot of different things coming together, but a main storyline with Nefeli was unintentionally involved with Katie Bell deeply in a totally chance thing. But yeah, I really like these pirates. Also, before we end the stream, because I know you want food soon.
Yeah, I have not eaten in a long time, and I'm suddenly very hungry.
Buddy! Okay, before we do that, let me tell you what all the different emergencies are. Do you want to hear them all?
Hell yeah, go for it.
So, emergency 1 is ship failure. Emergency 2 is oxygen failure. Emergency 3 is navigation failure. Emergency 4 is communications failure. Emergency 5 is something or someone is aboard the ship and they shouldn't be. Emergency 6 is a hostile encounter. Emergency 7 is a crew member is mortally wounded. And emergency 8 is the captain is unable to leave, so for whatever reason. So one of the crewmates is given administrative access, which is why
Katie Bell could unlock the cryopods.
Yeah. Which the reason she didn't use emergency 8 with the first time is, 1, she was kind of panicking, but 2, when the reason she didn't try it again with the emergency 8 is because it had to be manually overridden.
She couldn't remember how to do that.
Yeah, which is why she goes, okay, I can't do that. I can't do ship controls, but I can unlock these cryopods. Okay, unlock the cryopods. Only Theodoric can do that. Okay, input my code, and then Emergency 8, which automatically gives her temporary administrative access until Theodoric.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good times. They've been around the block a little bit.
Yeah, they have contingencies.
Yeah. And they all know the basics of how to do ship stuff. Katie Bell's not a great flyer. I'm just gonna continue that throughout the whole thing. She doesn't know how to fly for shit.
Me with driving.
But yeah, I love these pirates so much. I'm so excited for exploring more of these characters and their story, because I don't know if you heard my cat, but he just did a little from across the room.
I love Quentin.
I love him too. He's just woken up and he can hear the chainsaws. He's like, what the fuck is happening?
He's baby.
He is baby. But yeah, there's been a lot of planning going on behind the scenes for Dying in the Void and Written in Stardust, and the writer's call for Written in Stardust is going to go out very soon. I have a few more things to finish with it. It's going to be good times.
I'm excited to listen to it.
Uh-huh. Alright. Without that, further ado, you should go eat.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Uh-huh. So thank you for anyone who did listen, or who is listening later on in the future. Hello from the past. Yeah. Have a good afternoon. Or evening. Or morning.
Yeah.
Have a good time.